A woman forgot to bring her towel while taking a shower. Suddenly, a strange man appeared outside the door. She didn't care at all and reached for the towel. Surprisingly, the killer, instead of getting angry, kindly handed her the towel. It turned out that the woman was blind and hadn't yet realized there was a killer in her home. The killer didn't seem in any hurry to act. Instead, he followed her at a distance, as if he wanted to enjoy the view of her body a little longer. The woman planned to make dinner for her boyfriend, unaware that he was already dead in the kitchen. She passed by his body several times but didn't notice anything strange until she stepped into the blood on the floor. It was then that she realized her boyfriend had been murdered. Panicked, she tried to escape but ran into the killer. Desperate, she asked him who he was, but the killer seemed to enjoy tormenting her. Seizing the moment, the woman ran back to her room. Although she had lost her sight, her familiarity with her home allowed her to quickly lock the door and call for help. She hastily opened her computer to send an email, but the killer suddenly burst in through the balcony, subdued her, and threatened her not to resist. He tied her to the bed and began threatening her, ignoring her discomfort. It was then that the woman learned from him that her boyfriend had been involved in a shady black market deal, and the killer was only looking for some missing diamonds. She told him she had no idea about it, which made the killer even more enraged. He received a call from his boss, urging him to hurry. While the man was on the phone, the woman quickly changed clothes and hid in the closet. She noticed a camera on the bed and, without hesitation, picked it up and hid it under her. When the killer approached, she smashed the camera into his face, sending him flying. She seized the opportunity to escape the room but unfortunately fell down the stairs. Despite the fall, the woman, drawing from her experience as a war correspondent, stubbornly kept running for her life. She managed to escape to the first floor, but the unfamiliar surroundings made her lose her way. She heard the security guard's voice and urged him to call the police, but the guard thought he was invincible and didn't take her seriously. She fell into despair once again, until the security guard was killed as well. She ran desperately towards the street, but Chad chased her relentlessly. Just when she thought he was about to catch her, a prosecutor appeared. The prosecutor called the police on her behalf. The woman was brought back into the building, but it turned out the people who arrived weren't the police. It was Carl, Chad's superior. Chad began questioning her intensely, but she refused to reveal the whereabouts of the diamonds. Just as Chad was about to strike with a knife, Carl stopped him and stared at a painting on the wall. He then ordered Chad to take it down. Behind the painting, they found cash, though the diamonds were still missing. At least they wouldn't leave empty-handed. She remembered her boyfriend telling her the diamonds were hidden in a flower pot, and Carl, believing her, went along with it. She frantically started smashing the flower pots while Chad found the diamonds in the fridge. He placed the ice cubes in water to wash them, his creepy demeanor catching Carl's attention. Chad, pretending to remain calm, handed Carl a drink but suddenly launched a sneak attack. Carl, however, was already prepared to counterattack, creating a tense situation. Taking advantage of the distraction, the woman used a fork to stab Carl. He retaliated and threw her across the room. Chad, still alive, came to help. The two of them ran to the rooftop, where Chad picked up a handgun from the ground and aimed it at Carl. The woman threatened Carl with the diamonds, but Carl, an experienced killer, remained silent. Desperate, she grabbed a whole bag of diamonds, and Carl grew anxious when he saw it. In the end, the woman managed to kill Carl and save her own life. She carefully hid the diamonds again and went on to live a peaceful life.